We are situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the New York Jets. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. I want that. Give me that.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Cousins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Check. No. Hey, keep it up.
Now a draw play. This is Bell. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Bobby McCain here, the one who brings him down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They'll go back to the ground with Bell. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Pass complete to his receiver, Pettis. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Dante Pettis, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
For that, like 30.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 27, Roethlisberger. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Now Jones. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
I know he might be a little winded after that previous long run, but now you're in goal-to-goal situation. That changes what you do defensively, and it worked for them on that play.
Maybe trying to reward him after that long run. We'll see if they go back. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Aaron Jones. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Prater for the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now this is Le'Veon Bell with a reception, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring out the third down.
Brings up third and 6.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Leave it, 48. I'm coming after you.
7-7, our score after one.
Score tied 7-7.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Aguilar has it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 22.
22 yards. That's another Jets first down.
Cousins going to come up on a first and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. On second down, it's Bell. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Caught here by Bell. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Coming out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. That's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains. Completes it to Fitzgerald. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Dante Pettis, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes the score 14 to 7. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started, and they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Topper.
They'll run it with Jones. And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Black 20.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Kill.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Push him back. 59.
From the 17, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14 to 7.
Come on, Rod. We better not.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch. He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end. And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Trying for right, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Throwing is Cousins. That's complete. It's Bell. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 15-yard line.
Hey, let's get this. Check. Lucky. 50. Yellow. 6. Where's your high?
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hey, Mike 52.
Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. Going deep for Hopkins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Roethlisberger. He sets up the screen to Jones. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. He may try and run for this. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
44. 41's coming. 41's the mic.
Here we go on 4th down with Roethlisberger. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down.
X3. 218. Chop.
1st down, Cleveland.
77. Go. Mike 41. Mike 41. Watch twist. Alert.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he's got this down to the 35. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Black 20. You got to get the ball. Until you get the ball right here. Let's go.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets.
Hey, 4-1 Mike. All right, T, let's go. All right, T.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. He finds Hopkins complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Again, it's Bell. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Check. 180. Check. 53. Hey, receiver. Someone got man.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll run him with Bell. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Hey, orbit.
First down. Here's Cousins. Steps away. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So it should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Tremaine Edmonds, the Bills' leading tackler, as a rookie last year, in on the stop there. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Set. 230. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
On second down, it's Jones. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick. He's been decisive. and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Check 13. Check 13.
Roethlisberger will throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Only 3 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 18. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
We got 4. We got 4. 22, 44. Hey, high 7.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
Black 20. Watch the curve. Watch the curve.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Now he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Aaron Jones with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it. And this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Makes the score Browns 17, Jets 14. Matt Prater is set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and a couple. Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Bell. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. 20! And all the way in! Touchdown, New York! Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Important extra point up and through, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle. Kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
50. Middle. 55. 55. Mike 41. We've got a wedge down. Hey, defense, let's go.
They'll look to throw. And a catch made by Hopkins. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. On the catch, it's Jarius Wright. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Back to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And it's 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Roethlisberger to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the ends. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Hey, Charlie. 56. Mike, 56. Right there.
Cousins. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Cousins. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Big 3rd down. A field goal from this spot, 57 yards as they hope to move it a little closer.
Hey, Foxtrot.
He's back to throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. A big one coming now for the kicker, Zane Gonzalez. With 3 seconds to go, if it's good, we're off to overtime. And this doesn't get there. It's no good. They had to go for it, but their final effort here is going to come up short. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was due in large part once again to the play of big number 7, their quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger.
And as you and I both know, there can be some really good Big Ben days. There can be some not quite as good Big Ben days. But they're always going to be exciting, aren't they? He makes plays. He stands in the pocket and delivers against a fierce rush. He can exit out at times. There's something special about that guy, and no game is out of reach when he's on the field.
So for the Browns, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.